Welcome to Practice English Conversations. Are you ready to practice your English and become more fluent? Let's get started.
Hi, Brian. How are you today?
Hi, Amanda. I'm doing okay, thank you. How about you?
I'm good, thanks. I wanted to talk with you about something important. Recently, I experienced a failure at work, and it made me think a lot about how to learn from our mistakes. Have you ever had a similar experience?
Yes, I have. I once failed an important project at work because I did not plan well. It was very hard for me, but I learned many lessons from that failure.
I'm sorry to hear that, Brian. It sounds difficult. I had a similar situation at my job, and it made me feel very disappointed. I even felt like I was not good enough.
I understand, Amanda. When I failed that project, I was very sad and frustrated too. But after some time, I realized that failure is a chance to learn. I took some time to reflect on what went wrong.
That makes sense. I spent a few days thinking about my mistakes. I realized that I did not ask for help when I needed it, and that I was too afraid of making mistakes to try something new.
Yes, asking for help is important. I learned that I should talk to my colleagues and ask questions. I also learned that it is okay to make mistakes. We all learn from them.
I agree. Now I try to see each failure as an opportunity to improve. For example, I started to write down what went wrong and what I can do better next time. It helps me plan and work smarter.
That's a very good strategy, Amanda. I started doing something similar. I write a small journal about my work. I note down the problems I faced, my mistakes, and ideas for improvement.
Writing a journal is a great idea. I think it helps us clear our minds and see our progress. Have you noticed any changes in your work since you started doing that?
Yes, definitely. I feel more confident now, and I plan my tasks better. I also communicate more with my team. We now have regular meetings to discuss problems before they become big issues.
I like that approach. Communication is key. In my case, I learned to speak up and ask for advice. I used to keep my problems to myself, but now I share them with my manager and my colleagues.
That is very important. I remember when I first started, I was shy about asking for help. But now I know that teamwork can solve many problems.
Exactly. It is a lesson that I took to heart. Failure is not the end, it is a new beginning. It teaches us to be more careful and to plan better.
Yes, and I learned to be more patient with myself. I used to be very hard on myself when things did not go well. Now, I understand that mistakes are part of the learning process.
That's true. I now try to celebrate even small successes. For example, when I finish a difficult task, I take a moment to appreciate my effort, even if the result is not perfect.
Celebrating small wins is a good habit. I try to reward myself with a break or a small treat when I overcome a challenge. It motivates me to keep going.
I think that building a positive mindset is very important. Instead of thinking, I failed, I think I learned something.
Absolutely. Every failure gives us a lesson that can help us in our next attempt. I now see challenges as opportunities to grow.
Speaking of challenges, I also had a hard time with one of my exams last semester. I did not study well, and I failed the exam. It was a very low moment for me.
I understand, Amanda. I experienced something similar in college. I failed an exam in my first year, and it made me feel very disappointed. But I learned that I needed to change my study habits.
Yes, I realized that I must plan my study time better and ask for help when needed. I joined a study group, and that made a big difference.
That is a great idea. In my case, I started to make a schedule and set small goals for each study session. I also took breaks so I would not feel overwhelmed.
Exactly. I now make a list of topics to study each day. This way, I feel more organized and less stressed about my exams.
And when you join a study group, you can discuss difficult topics and share ideas. I found that very helpful.
Yes, the study group was very supportive. We helped each other understand difficult subjects, and we even shared extra materials like notes and videos.
It is very important to know that you are not alone. Working with others makes you learn faster and feel more confident.
I also learned that it is okay to make mistakes during practice. It is better to try and fail than not to try at all.
I agree. I now see mistakes as a natural part of learning. They help me know what I need to improve on.
Do you have any tips for someone who is afraid of failure?
I would say, don't be afraid to ask for help. Try to learn from every mistake and always review your work. Also, take your time and do not rush.
That's good advice, Brian. I also think that taking a short break when you feel frustrated can help you see the problem more clearly.
Yes, stepping away for a few minutes can refresh your mind. I sometimes take a short walk or listen to some music to calm down.
I do that as well. A little break often gives me a new perspective. Then I return to my work with a clear mind and new ideas.
It sounds like we both have learned a lot from our failures. I believe these experiences make us stronger and more prepared for the future.
I completely agree. I now feel more resilient and determined to succeed. I am not afraid to try new things because I know I will learn, no matter the result.
That is a wonderful mindset, Amanda. I also feel that every failure has taught me something valuable. I am more careful with my planning and more open to feedback now.
I'm glad we had this talk, Brian. It helps to share our experiences and to know that we can overcome challenges together.
Thank you, Amanda. I enjoyed our conversation very much. I feel more confident about facing challenges in the future.
Let's keep in touch and continue to support each other. Maybe we can meet for coffee and talk about our progress and new strategies sometime soon.
That sounds like a great idea. I would love to meet again and share more of my experiences.
Great. I will send you a message later this week to plan a coffee meeting.
Perfect. I look forward to it. Thank you for this inspiring conversation, Amanda.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate your honesty and support. Have a wonderful day, and remember, every failure is a step toward success.
Thank you, Amanda. You too. Take care and goodbye.
Goodbye, Brian.
Great job practicing with us today. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next English conversation. See you in the next video. Keep practicing and stay confident.